What's up, everyone? We are going. Welcome to the second solo episode. What did I do this week? Well, now we actually have Jay helping. Shout out to Jay. The cockroach is gone, I think. Well, he's chilling somewhere. But let's see. What do we do this week? I went to Chain Reaction. I saw Goat Whore and Vitriol. That was pretty sick. Vitriol's like a wall of assault, just straight to your fucking face. And it's kind of crazy how things work out. I've been really trying / doing my best, which I think we all, try to do and struggle with, is try to get out of your own way. And so yeah, I went to the show, and originally that day was supposed to, Kyle was supposed to be here and do a podcast, but I think they had vehicle troubles, and we had to reschedule. Luckily, they were in California the following days, and had a day off Monday. And something strange happened. And I believe this was Friday. And Jay has the dates pulled up. Again, but Zach was already here. We were already here. And we're like, okay, let's go out and get some breakfast. And find a nice spot in Santa Ana. Nice little... Had some egg avocado toast. Made me feel smart, strong, horned up at the same time. They probably put some honey in that shit. I don't know. It was like sweet. Some sweet, sweet honey nectar. But yeah, I went there because he comes from pretty actually far away. His drive's always pretty long. We were talking. We're talking about what's on, like, what are we doing for the podcast, and what's been on my mind. It was just funny, and we had a extensive conversation. And currently in my life, the way my brain works is that I kind of handle things in real time. Like, it really helps me process my feelings and thoughts when I talk to somebody else. How's that for you? I mean, do you like? There's something about it. Like sometimes you have questions for yourself, but then you answer your own question. Like just when you bounce off your feelings and your mind off somebody else, so you kind of like the answer will kind of bubble up, And so yeah, we were just talking. I'm like, Anyway, thank you for the reaction of the last episode. I was very surprised. I was extremely surprised how it even turned out, considering the circumstances. And me and Zach were talking, and I was just out of that conversation. I kind of realized, there's something. I guess maybe admittedly is fear-based, but I'm like, we committed to this. I think we're committing to this, and something is drawing me away from this. And I like to call those are demons. Which, if you listen to them, they tell you what you have to do. So here we are. It's just weird how things just work out like that. That because one side it's like. Like the day, you can either approach it like the day fell apart. The day fell apart. We should pack up and leave. But we didn't do that. We just, okay, let's just hang out and talk for a little bit. But that wouldn't have happened unless Vitriol rescheduled. And it's just weird how things pan out sometimes. and how we react to these things. And sometimes we're given signs that we need to listen to, and or sometimes you won't listen to yourself, which I do a lot, and then I don't want to say the word. I won't say it, but you can just assume what I'm going to say. But there's sometimes someone or something puts a roadblock in front of you, so you fucking listen to yourself. So yeah, that was a pretty crazy. It was just nuts. It was just like this is a stream of events that led to this. And luckily, I'm in a point in my life where I think I'm getting a little better at listening to these things, seeing signs, seeing opportunities. And anyway, I'm already ranting, but and this was it changed what seemed like a failure at one moment. It was actually something that needed to happen. And it's just weird. This is crazy how things turn out. Anyway, I found myself getting out of my own way a lot, especially the past couple months. And it's hard to do. It's hard to do. Last night, I've been really picky. Like, anyway, that show was fucking sick. One of my favorite things to do is drink an IPA beer. And Train Action has a beer there on tap. I think, not on tap. I think it's called Radiant, the brewery. And I think isn't that brewery like a block away? Because if you show up late, like myself, you have to like the parking. You gotta get at the park far away. So I always like park by this brewery. And I think is that the same one? I should probably check that. Is a brewery by Cherry Action? There's I think so. Radiant. Yeah, Jay's checking because I want to kind of give him a shout out. But that beer's pretty sick. Anyway, that's my favorite thing to do. It's just nice just to hear some tunes and chat with people. And anyway, I left and went home last night. Anyway, it was cool to see Goat Whore. Goat Whore is like, they look exactly how you want them to look. It's like, oh, you look like Goat Whore. That's exactly what. And anyway, Sammy, the guitar player, he's a fucking legend, ripper. So that's probably the most eventful thing I did last week as far as public. But anyway, yeah, we rescheduled that podcast with Kyle from Virtual. We did that Monday, which I'm really excited for all you to see. We added something. I've been trying to do this literally since the podcast started. So we're talking over 3 years in the making. It finally happened, and I'm truly grateful for Kyle to trust me with that. So obviously this episode is out, and you're gonna have to wait till next week. But yeah, years in the making. Finally did something I've been trying to do, and yeah, it was pretty sick. Let's see. Last night was. When you get older, you get picky. Picky with your time and who you hang out with, where you're going, what you're doing. And last night was Lamb of God played at the Forum. I didn't go. Something told me not to go, and I didn't. It's weird. I don't know. It's just weird how obviously I'm processing my thoughts and my feelings at the same time. But somebody told me not to go. And I'm in. I love SoCal. I'm born and raised here. I'm talk about that's luck. That's a luck of the draw. But I'm in the music industry, so LA is like not exactly like a. Damn, that looks fucking sick, dude. It looks like a lot of fun. Fuck, but LA's just a lot. A lot of smoozing. And I'm not a smoozer, but I just didn't feel like doing that shit. I just didn't feel like doing it. So I stayed here. Stayed here for a while, and then so I'm just kind of gearing up. The first 10 minutes is gearing up to what I'm about to say. I left here around 11 p.m. A little bit later than usual, and driving on the freeway. And I started listening to the song Conformity off our self-titled. So I just felt like randomly putting that thing on. I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna jam this record for a long time. I seem to be talking about it. I put on that song, and then I was like, it was a mix of confusion, curiosity. I don't know. It was like, I wonder what. It's hard to listen to that separate myself because we're so in it. But man, I wonder what like it would have been if it was like another band, not me. Like, what would I hear if it was somebody else? Like what would other people thought about a song like that if our name, the band name Suicide Silence, was not attached to that. I wonder. But that was my first time kind of hearing that song from a little bit more of a fresh perspective because years have passed. I believe it's when I talk about this record often in was it 2017, right? Or something like that. But anyway, just jamming it on the freeway, tired. And you hear things differently when you're at this. I can't even explain this state. You're tired, also relaxed, exhausted, but still there. There's just something about it. And I heard very different things now. Here we go again with the oh, wow. I just heard. I'm like, because this ties into the last solo episode. It was like we were just I was like, I could hear these humans try to find themselves again. It's practically impossible to explain a vision to somebody else. I don't think I could even explain visions to my own band, and they're in the band. It's their record. I don't even think I could explain it to them, but I was like, it's like this might sound arrogant, but it was like there's there's something there. There's something there. Like there's gold in there. You just gotta, like I heard it, and I'm sorry to see it from a different lens of time. Sometimes only time can give you that different lens. It's like, wow, maybe there's something here that we could use for the future. And anyway, I kind of let it go for one more track out of curiosity, because it goes conforming and then goes like a blast beat song after, and then I was just hearing something. And there's this. Some of those parts are weird. Like we did like that. It was a blast beat, and then that chorus is like, damn, that's odd. That's different. And then there's a bridge part with like a chug. I was like, oh. Yeah, I heard something else in there. And then anyway, by that time I got home. It was almost midnight, and proceeded to give in to my weakness, which is, I think we could all agree, I fucking hate when there's cereal in the house, because we're going to eat it. If you have cereal in your house, you're fucked. Oh God. Anyway, yeah, there's this berry Captain Crunch I have, and my willpower is just fucking fried. I don't want willpower. Fuck the gym. Fuck my 6-pack. It's like there it is. Oh, oops, all berries. It's the blue box right there. See, that's in my house right now, and it's becoming an issue. This is an issue right now. So yeah, I went there. It's like, there's a point in time where you walk into your house and you have a decision to make. And what decision are you going to make? Are you going to go to bed? Are you going to bed like you should, like a fucking adult? Or are you going to grab that cereal? Who are we in those moments? I'm not sure, but Leo tends to meet me at the door to get a little snack. So we're hanging out for a little bit, and so he kind of forces me into the kitchen area to grab his late night snack, and then there comes a moment in time where reality will face you, and I'm looking up, and I see this box of cereal staring back at me. I see Captain Crunch. Is that his name, Captain Crunch?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, is he Captain Crunch, Jay?
Yeah.
Is that his fucking name? Is that obviously it's the name of the cereal, but who?
No.
I wonder.
Jean Lafoot.
Okay, now we're looking. What's that say? Go up. What's his name?
Captain Crunch is a late 18th century naval captain.
Huh. Okay. Interesting.
So he's Captain Crunch.
But yep, he's Captain Crunch.
Cartoon mascot.
And this motherfucker, he's staring into my eyes. And he's looking into my soul, and he sees how weak I am in that moment. And I gave in. And then, anyway, this is where this is the purpose of the story. I started thinking about the record. It's like, that's interesting. And woke up, which is today. I thought about it again. Thinking about the record again, and started driving here to Santa Ana on the toll road, because there tends to be traffic around this time. Captain Crunch has a shitty mustache. I'm looking at his face again right now. He's fucking pissing me off already. It's causing me anxiety. Anyway, and something is anyway. I'm driving down the freeway, and something is. How do I explain? How do you explain this? Something is telling me not to listen to it. What is that? Something is telling me not to listen to it. But I think I know why. It's we're gearing up for a riding mode. I know once like we really walk in and that start button is pressed, things are going to change for the better. Because right now we're still at like this setup phase and doing a bunch of shit that we haven't done before, so it's taking a little bit more time. But it's worth it and needed and necessary. So we're just going along with it. And something is telling me to not listen to that record. It's weird. This is weird how our mind will play tricks on us, but I know I have to. I know I need to. I know this is. Start searching for gold. Didn't need to call those demons, right? Head over to distrokid.com/VIP/Garza and save 30% off your membership to get all your songs on all streaming platforms. And now to the heaviest podcast of all time. Anyway, thank you for submitting your questions. We got some video questions, some maybe 1 or 2 current events coming up, some written ones, some video ones. I hope you enjoyed the episode with Meigs and Mike from Spine Shank. This is the first month when I'm we're truly doing exactly what we want to do. I mean, like I was in heaven, dude. Talking to 2 new metal guitar players. I mean, that's what I want to do. And man, the stories. Like once it hit 1 hour, I was like, oh, this is going for 3 hours. I'm not even gonna try. Sorry. And I hit it 3 hours, 19 minutes without even trying. And then the one with Kyle that hit over 2 hours. Something is. Oh, my mind is that's cluttered. And this ties into earlier. We got to get out of our own way. I always get in my own way with everything, riffing, the bands, this fucking thing. It's really getting out of my own way, and things, and allowing things to happen. And this took my whole life to do. It's crazy. Anyway, I think it's time to. I have some other notes here, but we'll do that for after. Yeah, Jay, should we hop into some freaking video questions, dude?
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it, man. My first. Let's see. Our first one.
What's up, Garza? My name's Angel. The only question I have is, how do you particularly get out of a writer's block? Because I'm in a predicament where I've been having writer's block for like a week and a half, give or take. Yeah, so I just wanted to ask, how do you get out of a writer's block?
Oh boy. Well, the timing of that question is very impeccable. I haven't exactly struggled with writer's block, but I've experienced lows of writing and creativity. Ideas for this thing and the band have come to a halt, and ideas have been coming back, and as far as riffs and being inspired to play this thing, having ideas for this for the podcast and guests and questions, and this actually ties into what we were just talking about earlier with Meigs and Mike and having a 3 hour long conversation. Kyle effortlessly over 2 hours, and this hasn't happened. I think that this Kyle might be the second longest guest we had, and this ties into the last solo episode. Really been focusing more on myself, clearing this uncluttering of the mind, big things to small things, getting back to the core of things, have really opened up new pathways. So small things, for example, what helps me is just literally, it sounds pointless, but it does something. Is doing errands. Like sometimes you just need to clear. Again, everything I say, this is not advice. This is just, I just tell you what I do and what's helped me. And these are experiences I will share with you. And that could help you, or you could put your own spin on it. Anyway, errands, like cleaning your car, washing your car, making your bed, cleaning your room. It's almost going to be a year since we've been in this particular studio. I didn't clean it, like be done with the studio like a month and a half ago. I remember when I was walking, I'm like, man, I don't feel good in here. Just little things like clearing out boxes, putting out cables where they need to go. And so when you walk into a room, you're not thinking about anything. There's no anxiety. There's no stress when you walk into a room. I'm telling you, it seems pointless, and I get it. But when you do all these little errands, it does clear your mind and it gives room for other things to come up. Could be riffs, lyrics, or ideas for your career or your job. These little moments will show up more. You get these little moments of clarity. Little moments. It helped me. Like this cleaning this fucking room, cleaning my room. Like, then I came in here, I was cleaning up. I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want that banner up there. That's not me. That's not what this is. And as you see, we redone this whole room. It's like, what is the core of this motherfucker? And those thoughts kind of had room when he's handled some bullshit. Being organized, at least for me, being organized does help. Like, I had an issue where I write everything down, which is very helpful. But then at a point where, like, now you have, like, I had papers everywhere in my room, here. I'm like, okay, all the ideas are just scattered. All my business is scattered. And I don't want to, it's okay. So one problem was not putting that on paper. Now there's the other problem. Now it's all disorganized. And I literally had to have a friend, one of my best friends from high school, help me organize everything. And like, hey, try this app. Hey, you try this. Like, we're working on budgets. Like, just all these things to get whatever is in your mind out and in an organized form help me. I found an app called, might help you, but I found an app called Trello. And I basically took all the papers, all these little notes, and I put it up there. And what's cool about Trello, it lets you categorize subjects. So one subject's a podcast, other subject is personal, one subject is the band, and all the ideas I had, you could fucking, it's a really cool app. It's simple. And again, like, when you do these things, it seems pointless. It seems useless. And like, how is this going to help me and my writer's block? There's no way this is going to help me and writer's block. This is pointless. This has nothing to do with what I want to do. So what am I doing? But I can't really explain it. Once you get your ideas out in an organized fashion, it gives room for your subconscious to come out. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, so that helped me getting organized, doing the pointless errands, doing the big errands. Anything you could do to get organized personally has helped me. And to close this off, kind of breaking the cycle has helped me. Like, let's see, what happened last? Oh yeah, so Friday was again like this. Life just. When you get out of your own way, things happen. And it's fucking crazy. So Friday happened. I talked to Zach, rescheduled the podcast. But then, okay, now, at the same time, I had a friend hit me up that he works here also in the area. We had coffee and had a conversation that, having conversations with people, face-to-face time, kind of helps your, is this even a word? Formalize your thoughts and emotions, and it's kind of breaking the cycle. Like, okay, I'm gonna go to a show. I'm going out to a show, or you're going out to hang out with your friends, or you're going out, on a date. Everything is in relationship with each other. You taking out the trash is related to you playing guitar. And if you don't see that, maybe that's the issue. Anything you do, let's get the bullshit done. Okay, take out the trash, wash dishes, boom. Okay. Anything like this, clear your mind. But yeah, it's just weird how life, just breaking the cycle, just doing things a little bit different will help. And then close it off. To close it off is I don't know, man. Like some kind of ritual will help for me. Knowing who you are. For me, it's a morning ritual. I have to wake up early. I have to. If I wake up later, I feel like a piece of fucking shit. Especially when you get older, like I have to read. I have to put a book in my face. That's just, if I don't, I feel weird. Then there's the gym. Gym helps me personally, helps me be creative. You get like these. I was just having this conversation. Like all this shit seems so pointless. Like going to the gym, taking out the trash, cleaning your car, organizing your thoughts. It all seems pointless, but then these little moments out of nowhere just come up of clarity. So yeah, for me, a morning ritual, whatever yours is, for me, you could take it. Hopefully it helps you. For me, it's waking up early as I can, hanging out with my cat in the morning, coffee, reading, the gym, having a salad or some kind of shitty smoothie helps me. Yeah, that's personally has helped me. So your timing of your question is works out because I dealt with the same thing, and I noticed like when I got there was a period of time that, especially this past year, where my creativity was like just not. It wasn't a block. It was more like maybe it was a block. I don't know. Maybe it was, but just letting room and time have its way. But yeah, Angel, I appreciate your question, man. Thank you for also submitting a video question. That's fucking sick, man. Jay, are we ready to? Do we have another one
Yep.
locked in?
Samuel Scott.
Let's go.
Yo, what's up, Garza? About to walk into Lamb of God at Kia Forum.
Oh, you went.
Quick question for you. As a newer band starting out and cutting our teeth, what would be your best advice on getting out on tour and stuff and getting into bigger venues and stuff, having a lack of Instagram followers? Because it seems like in this day and age, Instagram followers and social media seems to matter more than the music itself, which is odd, but just what kind of advice you'd have on cutting our teeth in the scene and getting out there as much as we possibly can. And also, what advice would you give yourself when you were just starting out in the band in terms of saving money, practicing, just all around general band necessities? What advice would you give yourself?
Yeah, man. Thank you for your question. I mean, there's a lot there. Where do I start? It's kind of like two questions in one, but that's sick. Again, I got to go by experience. Let's see. I don't want to say anything stupid because I don't want to give advice. It's just, I mean, your band has to be sick. I mean, that's has to be like a timeless factor. I mean, I see like but this has been going on for a while. Like the oversaturation of bands is definitely has been a thing the past few years. Because back in like the early 2000s, I'm lucky we're in California. I had a venue down the street from my house, like a world famous venue was down the street from my house. Again, luck or fate or whatever you want to call that. But there was so many bands. All kinds of styles, and also like this doing their own shit. It was the last era where every band was doing their own thing, their own way, but still under this umbrella of heavy shit. So I guess similar to your time was what did we do? You got to cut through the bullshit. I mean, that's what we did. We just cut through. Like, whoa. Like, what was that? It's just, yeah, I really don't care how many bands there are out there. I don't care how many guitar players are out there. I don't fucking care. It's just, if at the risk of sounding cliche, if you're you, it's just, you're going to sound different. And, at the time, we were very different, and we were doing our thing, and I don't know. This is something I've talked about a few times. I don't exactly know how to process it yet, but there was this suicide silence is the sound in my body. It's who I am. Like I didn't like hear in the band, oh, this is what I got to do, which is very common. I see a lot of bands sounding like Lorna Shore right now, which is, I guess, but yeah, back then, I didn't listen to a band and like, that's what I'm going to do. It's like, I was inspired by them, but literally it was a vision. I played exactly what I wanted to play, and I didn't care what anyone thought. It's just funny. Like it's always shocking. I look back at the time, I'm like, dang, how did you do that? just something about being a child and just that innocence, and we just kind of do what, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and that's it. Now that you get older, like you second guess fucking every little thing you do. But at the time, yeah, we just did exactly what we wanted to do. Like that's really all I could. That's literally the only way I could pinpoint why we're still here. Like I talk a lot about our foundation, that first brick. It's why we're still here, you know. Trust me, like, without going on another rant, I'm trying not to go on a rant right now. But the music industry does not want me here, or the band. It's tried so hard to fucking kill us, and they can't. And the only thing I could contribute that to is the very, very first brick that was laid down to our foundation, to where there's no band in this scene that's been through as much as us, period. And if they did, they would snap in fucking half. I have earned that. I just look back, I'm like, well, yeah, because our foundation was solid. There was no trend, there was no money in this, there was no nothing. Did what we wanted to do. It's funny, like we tell these stories in the Suicide Silence podcast. We do the same thing. Like, yeah, there's no deathcore. People cannot truly comprehend that. Even I can't. Like, to do something and it doesn't even exist. And I do believe that is a timeless. It's timeless. Being you is timeless. Regardless of my failures and my insecurities and setbacks in my career and stupid shit I've done, said, and what have you, it was always me. And that's the only thing I could contribute is so yeah, cutting through the bullshit. That's what we did. It's just played what we wanted to play. And because, again, you talked about, you brought up, holy shit. Jay pulled up a crazy picture right now. Anyway, because you talk about, you brought up Instagram and numbers, and yes, that is a thing, but you do need to kind of transcend that, you know, like just, and at the end of the day, like, the music does come first. I truly believe, like, let's see if you want any lasting effect. I mean, we're a perfect example. You know, why are we still here? You know, it's just the music. I mean, our love for it and our obsession, and yeah, I mean, I'll close it off and approach your second part of your question is I can only contribute that to doing what we wanted to do, because shit is going to get real. It's going to get real. And then, you know, we had that foundation. We were always us. The music we played was always us. And never wavered the vision, never compromised our integrity or our sound, our character, nothing. We never did that. It's funny because shit comes up, and like I remember hearing like, oh, you know, what, you're combining blast beats and breakdowns, that's not going to work. But this is weird. I look back at that time like, how did I not let self-doubt even get in there? It's crazy. It's funny because to be inspired when I'm a fucking grown man, I go back to like being a child, just getting back those childlike qualities and those childlike curiosities, and I find myself going back to that. So second part of your question, what would you tell your younger self? What would I tell my younger self? More. So I do have a few thoughts, and I'm debating how I'm going to react to this. Okay. Let's just go in. Fuck it. One thing I did right was followed my instincts. You were talking a child. I mean, the band's been around since 2002. I was in high school. I think I was a sophomore in high school, maybe younger. But didn't let self-doubt get in, but things I did wrong. What's scary about playing music and the music industry is when you make a mistake, it manifests out. It manifests. It could be a year, could be, in my case, it could be 15 years later. Like your mistakes tend to, or your failures will kind of hit you at some point. So, and I'm still getting a face full of reality. Still, mistakes I made when I was a child, like. What would I tell my younger self? Because obviously, even like there was success back in high school, but there's also, mistakes. Insecurities will definitely. Yeah, I could have really saved time. I could have saved time and some energy and a lot. Oh, you did talk about money, correct? Okay, money. It goes back to what I just said. Your mistakes will manifest a year later, 5 years, 10, 20 years later. I'm still experiencing like money loss with the mistake I might have made. But yeah, the same thing that brought us success also brought us massive failures, which is insecurity. You want attention. So insecurities kind of help form the sound so people can relate to it, but also your insecurities will stop you from doing other things. So I have fake teeth. Thank God for my dentist in Corona. Shout out. They've, back then I had a very crippling stutter. So that's like the foundation of suicide silence. Really, like I couldn't talk. So found a guitar, thanks to Korn and all that, and then everything that held back my whole life. You're talking years of just being mute. I'm sure friends and family could attest to that. So I could say that. Everything I held back just flew out. And then put Mitch's lyrics on top of that. It was you can't really touch that. It was insecurities, like not dealing with crap sooner, and which so I had like this stutter, and every time, people thought I was retarded because is that kid retarded because I couldn't talk. Every time I'd talk, it was like I'll mumble, I'll stutter my ass off, and for some reason I don't know what the I don't know what the hell I was doing. I had a really fucked up grill, and I was super insecure about it. So I wouldn't even laugh. And it's funny, like I still have muscles in my face that like prevent me from smiling. It's weird because when you do things when you're a child throughout childhood, junior high, high school, they're still kind of there when you get older, and that's what fucking sucks about that shit. But like when you're insecure about your teeth, I would hold back smiles, and it just that went on into my career. So that goes into what advice would I give myself? It's funny. It makes those fucking stupid. It sounds dumb, but it's only related to myself, but I was just, dude, you need to you go to the dentist, fix your shit. I didn't. Oh wow, this is going to tie into the end of the podcast, but yeah, I wish I found the gym later or sooner. Because if you have a stutter, there unfortunately, for those of you who do struggle with having a stutter, like I did, you do need to do things more than the average person. It sucks sometimes, but also at the same time, it could give you an edge over people. So yeah, it sucks doing more than someone, but that would also be the same thing that gives you focus. And unfortunately, there is a lot of things you have to do. It's funny because I go back to that stuttering kid pretty quickly. Still, like, boring stuff. Diet is huge. Diet, meditation, gym, things that calm your mind. Because if you're stuttering, your mind is working faster than the words coming out of your mouth, and which comes from insecurity, being nervous, or even excited. So I still stutter based on being excited, which is funny that you could. I fixed the problem and then I overshot, and now I stutter because I'm really excited about stuff. But unfortunately, there's just got to calm your mind, and I wish I had that calm mind back then to make the better decisions. Anyway, I hope that helps. I don't know if that helps or not. But yeah, just fucking go hard, dude. Go hard, as my first guitar teacher told me. Don't be a bitch. I wish I had him in my life. Yeah, there he is, Meigs. He's my first guitar teacher. Anyway, hope that helps. Yeah, tackle the maybe the last one, maybe the last video question.
3 or 4?
Let's do 3.
Yeah, Garza, what's up? I got a question for you. What is your top 4 or your Mount Rushmore for rhythm guitar players?
Oh my goodness.
Doesn't matter what genre, just your personal top 4.
Oh my goodness. I'm like literally, if you're just listening, I'm literally writing names in my notebook right now. Just kind of get some chain linking. Okay, I have with guitar playing, I don't even necessarily have to listen to the band, but they still, for some reason, are just obvious goats and just make me a better player. So my favorite guitar player is Monkey from Korn. That's just it. Like, but that's personal preference. The dude started, him and Head started, literally started a genre. So he's why I'm literally here. So he's number 1 for me. There's 2 guys that I don't exactly listen to in my spare time, but just have made me a better guitar player. That made me more me. Because you could practice all day and not be you. There is that, but I practice these guys' songs and they make me a better guitar player. So I have to put them on my top 4. And that's Johnny Ramone from the Ramones. He is truly like the GOAT as far as down picking. I highly recommend his book, Commando. Their band, literally, I went back to it this morning and actually, their band started without anyone knowing anything. Literally, like, no one knew their instruments, and that's how they started. And then whoever played that instrument better, that's who did what, which is, if you think about that, it's pretty insane. I think U2 actually has a very similar story, but Johnny Ramone, I play those songs and I become I have become more me. It's just a lot of down picking. It's a lot of just himself in those songs, and he has to be in the top 4. He has to be. I don't exactly listen to Ramones a lot in my spare time, but I heard James Hetfield talk about him. So out of curiosity, I just went to the Ramones, and then I found out he had a book, and I started doing research on him, and a very very special guy. So he's up there. So where we at? We're at Monkey, John Ramone, another dude, which he might be the goat. He might be the goat. Malcolm Young. I don't listen to AC/DC in my spare time, but reading his story. He has an autobiography about himself, and really interesting guy. The vision and his playing and his attitude, and he was born in Glasgow, and I didn't know that until I fucking did extensive research on the guy, and because you think of AC/DC, you just associate that band with Australia, and after reading his story, and obviously I'm not saying Suicide on the same league as AC/DC. I'm not saying that, but obviously, if you know anything about my band, you could put 2 and 2 together. Why we are, we have a similar story. So when you have a story like that, there's only few bands you could really go to for inspiration, and so they lost their singer, so it's kind of one of those, like, what did he do? And what's crazy about guys like Malcolm, there's not much out about him. Like, the interviews and stuff, like, damn, he doesn't really say much, and it's like, shit, like, it's funny, like, and that's always kind of not pissed me off. It used to actually make me really frustrated, because, which in the end it's all my fault. In the end, I do take responsibility for this, but man, like, we worked so hard and we made it, and we're on tour with these bands, and like, the people I want to hang out with don't hang out. That's why I don't want to hang out. The people I want to hang out with in bands, like, holy shit, we're on tour with them. We did it. And these guys, they just don't hang out. And I'm not saying I'm like them, or I should be in the same sentence with them, but I do see similarities between myself and some of these guys. Like, I see like an introvert and like the rhythm player aspect, and you hear like they're also like the business person. I'm like, oh wow, this is like a lot of similarities. But the people I should hang out with, they just don't hang out, which has always been like a really frustrating part about my career. But anyway, yeah. Malcolm Young, he is a goat. I believe he passed away from dementia, which is really unfortunate. I'm also very young too. Very, very young. 2017. He passed away November 2017. Yeah, he's a goat. Again, I don't listen to AC/DC in my spare time, very rarely, but when I play those songs and I learned those songs, that's what's so weird about music. I don't know what it is. Playing those songs makes me more me. And that's like that's way more crucial than any guitar skill. I don't care about any guitar skill. Like, there's something in those songs that just does that. And on my list here, his name popped in my head. So far we have Monkey, John Ramone, Malcolm Young. I have a feeling you all think you know what I'm going to say. You all think I know, I think you all think you know, but I'm not. I'm not gonna say him. It's too obvious. For me personally, and I don't think a lot of people talk about him enough. And oddly enough, I just read this today, in my notes. But and it's so Johnny Ramone has a top 5 list. Number 5 for him and number 4 for me, because of how important he is Dick Dale. Dick Dale is so he is so important, man. He is so important for metal, man. It sucks I never got to see him. It sucks. Man, I didn't get my head out of my ass till I was a fucking older guy, dude. It fucking sucks. But all these times AC/DC was in town and Dick Dale was in town, I just never went out and saw him because I didn't do research until my mid-30s, like a fucking idiot. But yeah, dude, his tremolo picking it's him. It's him, and I play those songs and I put it into studio sounds. It makes me me. It's nuts, and not only what he did for guitar, but what he did for amps and pedals, dude. Like the stories of him and Leo Fender hanging out in like the 60s are legendary. It might even hit the 50s. It's been, I was going through my Leo Fender research and I was like, we were doing Remember You Must Die. And I was in my like Leo Fender. I was just reading all these books about him. So that was, wow, holy shit, well over 2 years ago at this point. So it's not really off the top of my head, but the stories of Leo Fender and Dick Dale hanging out are just legendary, dude. There will be no amps. Like what we know is like a half stack, and these Marshall half stack, all this would not exist without Leo Fender and Dick Dale. And if you want to question me, you should really do some research of what Dick Dale did for the amps, because he had some amps, a little amp, you can imagine like the 50s, and basically Dick Dale was telling Leo, hey dude, I'm blowing out all these amps. I'm blowing them out. So it took Leo Fender going from Fullerton, and he would go to Santa Monica at these dance halls to see Dick Dale play. You probably find a video of Dick Dale playing these dance halls in the 50s. And he said, Leo said he was standing in the back in the middle. He said, oh, I get it. And then I believe Leo, again, these are legendary stories, like how we live in a big world in a very small circle. But yeah, like I said, there's stories of Leo talking with, as we all know, JBL. I don't have his name off the top of my head or in front of me, but and that's why he put more than one speaker in a cabinet. And that's also why he made the Fender Showman. That's why he called it like the Showman, because he saw Dick Dale, realized he was a showman. So, Jay's pulling up some stuff right now. You could probably check it out. Oh, yeah, a name I can't pronounce: James Bullock Lansing. I might have butchered that, but JBL, like those stores are legendary, man. Yeah, so Leo named the Fender Showman after Dick Dale, seeing what he was doing, blowing amps out. I think Dick Dale was also responsible for the regrip pedal, which now we know. Now we have all these pedals. Now we have all these pedals. The pedal game is just crazy. I don't think we even have guitar pedals. It wasn't for Leo Fender and Dick Dale. Yeah, those are that's my Mount Rushmore of top 4. And obviously, there's a lot more, but just off the top of my head, of what really. Yeah, rest in peace, Leo Fender, man. Special dude, special guy, man. Literally the greatest guitar company of all time. Literally, I have one right by me. And he didn't even play. He didn't even play guitar, which is so weird. He just knew. He just knew, man. So yeah, that's my top 4. Pretty much. Thank you for your question, man. There's so many more. I know, but that's my personal favorite. And as far as Spirit Time, I listen to Dick Dale the most out of like the Ramones. No, never mind. I listen to Korn a lot, obviously. But yeah, out of John Ramone, Malcolm Young, Dick Dale, I'll probably listen to second the most. That tremolo picking, there's something about his tremolo picking though. If you learn those songs, it makes you play a certain way. I can't explain it. I can't explain it. Anyway, yeah. If you're only listening, it's just we're gonna close off with this. The way like when Dick Dale play, they'll do the people will do like this bounce. Remember the first time I went on YouTube and typed in Dick Dale live, the way people danced to him was just crazy. It's kind of like they're kind of like hopping around, kind of like a wave, kind of like the ocean. It's weird. Anyway, I think we have time for one more. We could should probably do a written one. What was that? Oh, oh my goodness. Farmer John Photography. Have you met a fan that made you genuinely uncomfortable? Yes. This was actually recently, but I got a fucking piss, dude. I mean, it's gonna sound like I'm grateful, but again, like I'm still learning. But your patience varies from day to day, and as I get older, my patience does grow because you have to be patient, especially when you're married to 4 idiots. I'm one of the idiots, you know. So you gotta the level of patience it takes to keep a band going, and then there's other things that will take away from your patience battery. This particular day, I was not myself. I was not that top level patient because you get asked. Because when there is something about going out in public, you are asking for something. You know, when I'm in public, okay, you know, if I'm here, you talk to me, I'll talk to you. But this particular day was different. I was having a pretty rough time, but I still want to go to the show. Oddly enough, I was watching Ritual at House of Blues. This was the last time they were here. I was watching them, and I wanted to see them and connect with Kyle. And I wanted to be there, but also I didn't want to be there. I was like not in exactly the right headspace. And you get approached sometimes, and your patience allows you to handle said question you were asked. And I'm just gonna say it, like one of the worst things people ask you is, "Hey, are you in a band?" I get it. Again, it might sound like I'm being ungrateful, but it is like, what am I going to say? Yeah, you know, then I sound like egotistical. So I always say no. If they ask that, I just say no, and I'll go on with my day. So that makes me genuinely uncomfortable. But you know, as you get older and your patience, you learn how to navigate these things. And that was the last time I felt uncomfortable. And it just depends on the day. I could either handle it, or they'll approach me later. And this particular person, you know, I feel bad, but I said no. And then I proceeded to go get my first drink at the bar. and I could hear him talking behind me. So he's basically talking to the back of my head, which, again, my patience is gone. Has nothing to do with him, but I kind of like to talk to people as like a person. And they talk to me as a person, which is fucking sick. You know, that's why I like meeting people. But I wouldn't go to someone's back of the head and start talking. But if I was patient, I would know how to handle it and turn around and, you know, be cool. But I was not cool this particular day. There was a lot going on in my personal life, and I kind of let that show this particular evening in the old Anaheim, California. But yeah, I was just uncomfortable. Because I guess, so I said no, I walked away, and I kind of overheard him ask someone else who I was, and they told him, I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh God, here we go. I don't have the patience right now. I just don't. Maybe I should have went to the show. I don't know. Yeah, I turned around, looked at him. I think I gave him a dirty look. Oh gosh. It was bad. But I just felt, this just makes you feel uncomfortable. Like, what do you say to that? You know, it just makes me feel like a fucking asshole if I said yeah. You know, but I get it. We're all just, you know, I don't have the room to talk. Like I've done, it was something when you meet someone you haven't met before, that you admire. It's just something happens. You just, you know, I mean, I lost count how many times the corn guys gave me, you know, the time of day. Well, being a fucking idiot, you're just like, oh my God, holy shit, it's you don't know what to say. It took me a career to learn how to navigate these moments. So I can't really, you know, I can't talk. But yeah, I guess to close off that story is I get uncomfortable when people ask that, but the other 95% of the time or more, I'm patient. I can navigate it. I can navigate that emotion to where it's not uncomfortable, and I'll turn it around and basically start a conversation with them. So yeah, that was the last time. That was the last time. Shit, I think we should hit up current event, Jay. How's that?
Let's see.
Let's do it. Let's do this one.
This is from Loudwire. Instagram adds a new music player feature.
So what is it? So Instagram is adding music to your profile? Is that what's going on?
Trying to do like a little MySpace throwback thing.
Dude, a lot of the times, dude, things come back full circle. So apparently Instagram is going to let you add a song to your profile. I'm kind of curious how it's going to... So what, like, you're going to be able to go how to add a song to Instagram profile. It's easy. Okay, let's read this out loud. How to add song to Instagram profile. It's easy to add music to your Instagram page. Simply go to your profile in the app, press the edit profile button under your username and bio, then press music. You can then search for a song and add up to 30 seconds of it to your page. Whoa. This is MySpace, dude. Fucking crazy. Press done, and that's it. The song doesn't play automatically, but there is a teeny icon next to it on your profile that your followers can click if they want to hear it. Interesting. Yeah, dude, this is MySpace. This is legit MySpace. That's all. Oh man, that's why I learned like coding and HTML, like making your websites. You could like, before it got easier, you could like add songs to it, and it was. But yeah, things are full circle. I had Corn's Got to Life. That was my song on MySpace. If you hit my shitty profile, you heard Corn's Got to Life. If you liked it or not. But yeah, things do come full circle. Things come full circle, man. But it's weird because I'm trying to think like what. So you would have to click you would have to click their profile. You have to click their profile, but then you have to click again. The song plays. But why it worked on MySpace? It worked on MySpace because when you click on someone's profile, excuse me, the song will automatically play. But nothing else is playing. Like the song will be playing. You could basically see their top 8 and then read comments. But with Instagram, you're going on someone's profile to click their pictures or videos. So I mean, I wonder how that would work. I wonder, I guess the only way for me or us to find out is we actually try it. I could be totally wrong. The concept seems too complicated, but I could be totally wrong about this. Interesting. They're ripping off MySpace. Let's go, dude. Let's go. So is this out, Jay? Is this like already?
Yeah. There it is. It's a little player.
Oh, a little player. Okay, so it's already out. Got it. But that's just one more thing you got to click on there.
Yeah, it's kind of clunky.
It made it look.
Autoplay. It doesn't autoplay. It's useless.
Huh.
So you go music.
Seems like they're just throwing shit on the wall to see what sticks. The thing about people, we are lazy. We are lazy. People can't even use turd signals. All you gotta do is raise your fucking finger. If there's one more click someone has to do on your profile, I could be wrong, but I do not see that happening. I do not see it happening. Like, that's like, strange. Well, here I am talking about it, and then the next time you go on my Instagram, I'm going to be playing corn, and then, fuck me, right? Anyway, thank you for your questions, and I'm going to wrap this up here. I'm not exactly sure if I enjoy doing this in the morning or nighttime yet. Again, I'm learning this as I go. This is only the second time I'm doing this, and I really appreciate you being patient with this. But I want to take a moment to I want to dedicate this episode to a close friend of ours. Close friend, I mean, known him since high school. We used to go to shows together. I think one of the first times Suicide Silence played out of state, like in Vegas, he was with us in the van. Our friend Zach Snyder passed away a couple weeks ago. And you have like you have friends that are like in like that close circle when you're in high school, and he was one of them. I just want to dedicate this episode to you, Zach. You were a great friend, man. He was our first guitar tech. He went on tour with us with Nile. He had no idea what the hell he was doing. Well, we didn't know what we were doing either. So, he was really passionate about getting people in the gym. That's how I went to the gym. That's why I went. He just invited me, and it started. It really started the wheels, man. Without him, I don't know if I ever would have found it. And he moved to Mississippi, and he moved, and then I heard he overdosed in his truck alone. So it's sad, man. He was a great guy. you just don't know, man, what someone's going through, man. You just don't know. Yeah, he was our age. Man, he was fucking buff, dude. He was a buff dude, and anyway, I got I got the news. This is funny when, I've been known to like not exactly text people back and call, especially now when I get older. But sometimes you just know when to pick up, and I got the news, and I heard he. Oh yeah, thank you, Jay, nailed it. That's us in an overpass, in the freeway overpass. I think our fucking Big Josh in the picture, Mitch, guitar player Rick that was on the EP. Yeah, fucking our tire. Something happened. I think a tire blew off our fucking van, and we were just stuck in an overpass. And those fun times, man. Oh no, something. I'm currently going through it, and I'm literally going to make this very public. I have trouble processing people dying and death, people that were close, and a good example is actually Zach. It's weird how like when we get news, it will hit us. Sometimes it'll hit us later, as far as like just the moment that you'll get either a phone call or a text or however you find out. This particular time, I didn't feel anything. I wasn't sad. I was nothing. And I wasn't sure. It's been well over 10 years. I really built up walls for obvious reasons. I'm sure you could put dates together. But ever since that time, I really put up walls. And I'm currently going through it. It's weird because once you put up walls, it's like your emotions are in this purgatory. It's like they're just this limbo, and you can't access it. You can't access them, but you also don't. So I'm currently going through it, and I learned. The past few months, and this ties into what I was saying earlier. This is going to tie in the whole podcast. Is I learned through the past few months of clearing my mind and getting back to the core. A lot of things, unprocessed things, has popped up. And I didn't want to talk about this earlier, but I really figured out that I'm not going to get too far into it. I'm kind of saving this particular story, so I'm trying to talk about the surface of it. But I definitely haven't processed death properly, and this is a perfect example. I didn't feel anything. I wasn't sad or nothing, and then, as time went on, little bouts of sadness come up, and it's really taught me to, I think it's time to kind of break down those walls. And this is all happening in real time. I'm a 38-year-old man, and I'm processing these things in real time. So it's kind of like these podcasts are mini therapy sessions. So you'll probably hear me go in and out of these things, trying to figure this thing out. But anyway, this episode goes out to you, Zach. You were a great guy, a great friend. He was like he was way bigger than me, and he could fucking kill me. But I would just talk shit to him, just poke at him, and he just let me do it. Good guy, man. To me, he was always a pure-hearted guy, and oh man, oh shit, yeah. We're gonna have a hangout this weekend, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, thank you for listening and watching this week. We have committed to these solo episodes. Again, I'm going to learn. We're learning as we go. This is only the second one, but I've committed to it. And anyway, yeah, I'll see you on Monday. Kyle from Virtual is the next one. It's already done. I'm really curious what you all think and feel about it. But yeah, man. Zach, rest in peace, man. I'll see you on the other side, brother.